welcome back to my YouTube channel. And as some of you will know, I've recently been away on a sort of holiday slash living in Italy for a month and working whilst I was away. And I went away with my toddler daughter who is coming up to 2 years old. So it got me thinking about travelling with a toddler, which any of you mums or dads out there will know is not necessarily easy. Now, my top tips with regards to travelling with a toddler, full stop, is distraction. When it comes to flying, entertain them, distract them, think of ways to kind of keep them entertained. So, in this blog post, I thought I'd talk through some of my kind of essentials that I used, A, when travelling, and B, on holiday with my toddler. Now, first things first, regardless of how you're travelling, whether it's a long car journey, by train or by aeroplane, you'll want to pack a bag for your toddler that you can kind of get to at any point. You don't want to be checking it in, you don't want it to be at the bottom of, the back of the car in the boot. You want this bag to be handy. And like with all your kind of baby or toddler bags, pack the essentials: nappies, wipes, a drink, and snacks. Raisins, mini cheddars, pom bears, whatever your snack of choice is, make it easy. Dry is probably best because it can travel with you, and make it handy. And don't offload your snacks all at once, just in case you need them when checking in or at a particular moment that you could really do without a screaming toddler yanking on your arm. Keep your snacks at hand because snacks always win. Now, the second thing you'll want in this bag is something that you know will entertain your child. So maybe a favourite teddy bear or soft toy, or even, a little plastic toy. But because you're travelling and because you're going to have a lot of stuff in this bag, you probably want it to be miniature or fairly small. And particularly if you're on an aeroplane, there's no space there. You don't want to be getting out this gigantic kind of all singing or dancing toy. So stick to small. Now, we took our little lady's favourite toys of the moment, which are these awesome little soft toys. Look how cute they are. They are itty bitties from Hallmark. So you can get these in stores in Clinton's and things like that, anywhere that stocks Hallmark. And look how cute they are. This is their kind of special edition Wizard of Oz set, and we do have the entire set. However, she loves them so much that she takes them everywhere with her, so they're currently at nursery. So I've got the Lion, Dorothy and Scarecrow, and to be honest, I think I love these just as much as she does. But look how cool, they're little like beanies, and they're tiny, they can all fit in your bag, and it means you can get one out every few minutes and it keeps them really entertained and she can kind of play. So for a toddler, they can do lots of reenactments and stuff, which they love. So bring small toys. The other small toy that's worth mentioning that I also packed in our kind of carry-on bag is something that is totally nostalgic to me, and if there's any other mums in their like 20s and 30s, hopefully you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's these. Oh, Sylvanians! Did anybody else have these? I used to collect them and I couldn't wait to buy all the new ones. And this is from the cat or kitten family, and again we've got the whole set, but because they're so dinky and she loves them, they go everywhere with her, so I've just been left with mummy Sylvanian cat. But these were great, and again because they're small and they can stand up and they can kind of play with them, they love it, and I found these were really good for the journey, so keep these in your armoury. So the other thing that you'll want when travelling is the one thing that we all pretend we don't do, which is put our kid in front of the TV or one of these, an iPad. Now, look, we won't go into that whole debate now, but let's face it, a bit of Peppa Pig or their favourite Disney movie is going to win. So we took an iPad. We actually took our like massive one, which is about twice the size of this, which we set up on the plane. Once we were all settled in, we pulled down the table on the airplane seat and we set it up, and we put on her favourite film, which we downloaded before we left the house, which is Beauty and the Beast. And that was an hour and a half out of a 2 hour and 15 minute flight that she was just totally absorbed and entertained. And do you know what? We were happy, she was happy, and all the people around us were happy because she was quiet, she was having her snacks, and she was watching her favourite film. So iPads or some sort of personal entertainment device really work. And if you're on a flight, obviously you need to put it in airplane mode, so make sure you download whatever you want to read on the flight before you go. The other thing that I think is worth mentioning is if you're travelling with a baby, flying actually and any sort of travel is okay because you can feed them, so it keeps them distracted, particularly if it's a young baby. You might be breastfeeding or bottle feeding, and that takes up a certain amount of time of your journey, and also hopefully kind of gets them really relaxed and maybe even puts them to sleep. Now if you've got a toddler like us who's nearly 2, you don't necessarily kind of feed or have, you know, milk during the day. Some of you might not. We do occasionally, only when she's really wired and isn't kind of relaxing. So what I did was I packed a bottle. Obviously going through the security gates you can't have any liquid, so it was just an empty bottle. But as soon as we got on the flight, I asked the flight attendant to fill it up with water, which she did straight away before we'd even sat down. And it basically, I used it with our daughter when she was just chilling out watching the film. She had her bottle, and although it's water not milk, it just really relaxed her, and it was really nice because she kind of felt like she was in her comfort zone, kept her quiet, and it really zened her out. So another tip, if any of you use bottles at all still, then take one with you. You can always get milk on the other side of the security as well, but we found water worked just as well. And then I guess my final bit of advice when it comes to travelling, particularly with a toddler, is just to try and relax as much as you can. You know what it's like with toddlers anyway. If you're wound up, they're wound up. If you're shouting, they're shouting. And it's such a stressful situation travelling anyway. They're going to be bored, they're going to be wanting to run around. So I would just say, try and keep your calm. If they want to stand up and look out the window, let them stand up and look out the window. If they're chattering away a little bit, let them chat away. You know, there's no point in trying to stifle them because it just doesn't work, and usually it makes them worse. So we found, we just came in, we said hello to all the people sat around us, we let her interact with them, we let her look out the window, have her sort of mad 5 minutes, and then found that she sort of got bored pretty quickly because we weren't trying to stop her doing anything, and she sat down, relaxed in front of her favourite film, and actually the flight went pretty quickly. So yeah, try not to worry too much about what other people are thinking. Everybody's got their own issues when it comes to travelling, so just worry about yourselves. Okay, and on to the holiday itself. So we went somewhere that was very hot, and Italy is hot all summer, but it was unusually hot this June. So we needed to come prepared because we're not used to that in Manchester, and certainly our toddler wasn't sort of aware of having that sort of heat before, so we wanted to plan ahead. So obviously, like with all sun and heat, pack your factor 50 plus, waterproof ideally sun cream for your little ones, and just lather it on them. There's no point in risking anything, you know, protect their skin first and foremost. And on that note, we had access to a swimming pool, so we knew she'd be in and out of the pool all day. And yes, she's got some really cute little bathing suits and swimming costumes, and they're great, but one thing we really did want was more of a cover up for swimming in, and we've got this amazing one from Coverups, which you might have seen in some of my Insta stories and on my vlog on Italy, which is coming soon. But look how cute these kind of rasher vests are. And this one comes with like a little bikini bottom set, and it just gives a little bit more cover up to protect their skin, particularly if you're out kind of, you know, earlier in the day when the sun is really at its peak. And we found it really helped. She loved it. They're really cute as well, so I would definitely say, as well as the cute bathing suits, invest in a few kind of cover-ups. It really helps. The other thing we have from the same company, Coverups, which is SUNUVA, is this little kind of beachy, hippie tie-dye dress. Now it's really, really thin material. Excuse the creases, I've only just washed this one, and it's got this really cute little tie-dye and pom-pom neck detail. But essentially, you just slip it on over them, and again, she lived in this. I mean, by the pool, on the beach, it's just great to throw it over her costume, or if she's come out of the water, throw it on over, and it's super easy. You don't have to worry about bringing loads of clothes with you, and in a hot climate all they want is something very lightweight, so this was another great purchase. And final thing when it comes to swimming and kind of skin safety by the pool is get one of these awesome kind of little swimming hats. They're UV protected, they're the same material as swimming costumes. This one is from Pumpkin Patch, and we've actually had, this is the second summer in a row we've used this one, and yeah, it's really great because it protects the back of their neck, and our little one, she's still not got loads of hair, so it's great to kind of have that added protection. And it's just too hot, you know what it's like, we wear hats, we wear sunglasses, so why shouldn't our little ones? So definitely invest in that. I won't go into kind of clothes and what your kids should wear because everybody kind of has their own kind of ideas on that. But the one thing I would say is shorts. Just pack loads of them. I mean, the supermarkets are brilliant for kids wear. These ones are from Tew at Sainsbury's, and these ones are from F&F at Tesco, and we've got all different colours. I think a pack of 3 was about £8 or something like that, so really good value. And we packed about 10 pairs of shorts because she could just slip them on. We put a spare pair in our bag every time we went out. It didn't matter if they got a bit messy, a bit wet, whatever. Just kind of perfect, and they go with t-shirts, vest tops, or no tops, as most of our little ones will be when on holiday. So well worth a look in your local supermarkets. The other thing that our little one is into is sunglasses. Now, she wasn't last summer. I couldn't keep a hat or sunglasses on her head, but she's really kind of into them now, and I think she likes looking at us wearing them. So these ones are from Baby Bands, and they're really good because they fit around the head as well. They've got an adjustable strap so they don't fall off, and they're great for when they're in the pool because they can get wet, and they kind of fit around any size head. So definitely look into those. I think those were about £15–20 maximum, but very cool. And as well as sunglasses, then definitely your kid needs hats in the sun. We've got this really bright one which is actually reversible, from Rockin' Baby, which is quite cute, and went with her kind of Son of a Swimwear as well. But this one is my absolute favourite, which is from Next. It's so cute. It's got embroidery and it just goes with everything, and she loves it. It fits her really well and gives a really nice rim that's not too big but does protect from the sun. So yeah, these are great. So if you see any of these out, grab them. I think I'll be getting the next size up for next year actually, and I kind of want one of these myself, but come on, Next, do your kids' clothes in adult sizing. I'd love them, I'd buy them all. But yeah, hat is a must-have. And then I guess the final thing I wanted to say about travelling with our toddler this year was we tried to keep elements of her routine the same, and it's always difficult when you travel, and it always throws out sleep and routine anyway. So we didn't focus too much, but we thought if there were some things that were familiar, it might help her feel comforted and kind of at ease and slip back into routine. So the main thing was kind of night time and getting ready for bed. So we took our night light, which is just a portable night light which plays music, and she's had that since she was a couple of months old. So we took that with us as it was really easy to transport, and we could just plug that in at the other end. And we took her favourite books. Now, I am in love with these books, and I'm sure lots of you mums and dads have heard of them, but they're the Lost My Name books. Love it. They're so clever. They go through each letter of your child's name, with the character kind of on an adventure to find the missing letters of their name, and it's so cool, and they're really a little bit different from your average kids book. The stories are really inventive and imaginative, and the characters are unusual, and yeah, our little one loves them, so we always read her this at night. Now, we took this with us, but because we were going to Italy, I spoke to the guys over at Lost My Name, and they do them in Italian and in fact loads of other languages. So you can actually get the same book in different languages. So this was so much fun. So we've got the Italian version as well. So it was great for us to kind of practice our language skills. And, you know, Italy's a part of our life, so we really want the language to kind of grow up with her. So having that familiarity of like the two stories, one in English and one in Italian, was really cool. Her grandparents, who now speak Italian, really enjoyed reading it to her. And yeah, it was just a little nod to our routine at home that kept things familiar, and it kind of worked. It kind of worked. She didn't go to bed on time every night, but they never do on holiday. But she definitely seemed far more comforted. So yeah, little trick of the trade there, but definitely check these books out because they're awesome. So that's it really. That's kind of my top travelling essentials that I took for our toddler. Not loads of stuff, but definitely like things that I found were really useful and really needed. So yeah, if anybody is going on holiday anytime soon, hopefully these tips will help. And if you have any tips of your own, please share them, because it gets harder and harder as the kids get older, as I'm sure you'll all tell me, and she's at that stage where she's a toddler and she's very difficult to distract and keep entertained, but these things seem to work. I'm hoping it gets easier as they get older. Who knows? But thanks guys, thanks for tuning in, and happy holidays!